Welcome back. It's a term a lot of people of color have heard growing up, even when people just think it's a joke. The words, "you act white." What does that even mean? And what are the implications when someone says that? Victoria De Leon takes a look.
Whether it's the way we dress, the way we talk, or even the hobbies we take up, impressions can be made within seconds. For some, making a good impression doesn't always lead to a good experience.
But it wasn't really until high school that I started getting labeled as a white black man, because I spoke proper English. I did well in school.
Instead, it leads to the phrase, "you act white."
It's frustrating that even in my daughter's generation, she's 19 now, several people called her the whitest black girl they know. She's like, because she talks proper, or because she skis, or because she snowboards. And they called her Oreo cookie, black on the outside, white on the inside.
Sometimes it's said in a playful manner, but that doesn't diminish the racist sentiments behind it.
I find it strange that we correlate academia, intelligence with whiteness.
Miranda and Eloisa are two college seniors, both proud of their Chicana culture. They've been accused of acting white for simply doing well in school.
He's like, oh, she went to like a good school in Aurora, and just where I was located growing up. That's why they classify like, oh, whitewashed.
It's such a persistent myth, this idea that our communities don't value education, but that phenomenon isn't specific to a given culture or community, and again is really reflective of the inequities that we see in school practices.
A 2019 study deconstructed the acting white phenomenon in Black and Latino college students. This is another in a long list of studies that dispels the idea that Black and Latino students don't do well in school out of fear of being accused by their own peers that they were acting white.
So what this study is now saying that we need to dig back into this. We need to figure out what our culture actually is. We need to figure out what is acting white and why so many students are being attacked in this way.
Even in a playful manner, there's a sting that comes with being accused of not connecting with your own culture.
Well, I mean, you're messing with someone's identity, right?
And accusing someone of acting white sets up an ideal that shouldn't exist.
And if we continue to look at ideals as something that we should all be, we will continue to devalue anyone that slightly differs from what that ideal is.
And so these comments are often made by two people, by their own peers and people who look like them. Dr. Lechuga made a really important point in our conversation about this topic. She says we need to be careful about blaming communities for opportunity gaps that have historic and systemic roots in inequity. And that's not to dismiss the very real experiences. It just speaks to the importance of needing to talk about a part of this country's history.
Yeah, and I remember hearing this myself when I was going through college, and I would imagine that, that for kids who hear this when they're younger, this has got to be confusing for them too.
Yeah, I think I heard it for the first time when I was maybe about 10 years old, and it really does this thing where it makes you for me at least, it brought this shame of being a Latina. And it took a long time for me to kind of reclaim that pride. I was really impressed with these students because, I mean, they were just so proud of being Chicanas and, majoring in Chicano studies. So it was just amazing to speak to them.
Right on. Thank you, Victoria.